All right, I'm here on the 5 minute. We're going to go over this from the top. This is what I like to do when some kind of move happens and I'm kind of like, oh man, am I wrong on this? So from the very top, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, overall third wave. Retrace right here. This is a 5-wave move. Then we get A, B, C. Actually, we get A, B, C down to here. It actually ends down here. So some kind of ABC move, and then get the finishing touches right up here for a 4th wave. So we're already at the 4th wave right here. So it's kind of an irregular move down. And then we get a 1st wave down, 2nd wave, and then the after robo-taxi move here makes this a 3rd wave. Then we get A, B, C for a 4th wave. Let's go down to the 1 minute. See it better. So A, B, C, 4, and then you get a 5th wave right here. So I think the 5th wave ended right there after verifying, and then we get this ABC move higher. And what happens after that? We chop forever. And look where this ends. Right at the 1.61 fib. This is an ABC move in itself. Let's see, A, B, C. That makes a B wave. And then we get a 1st wave higher going into the end of the day yesterday. You can see it on the 1 minute. So you get 3, 4, 5 right here. And 2nd wave pullback. And then today, obviously, the 3rd wave. So I have 3 marked right here. Get the pullback on the 4th wave. And then currently, I already have it drawn up. 1, 2. This is looking like it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that would be the end of the 3rd wave. Pull back, maybe one more move higher to fill this gap here at 257. So I got to stick with what I'm saying. This obviously has gone way, way more than I would ever expect based on just normal looking at retracements. Normally I'd be looking for on a expanded flat no more than the 1.61 fib, 232. We're maybe headed all the way up here to the 3.61 fib. So that's what earnings can do. It can make it can magnify and make it bigger, make it a lot bigger, the moves. So I still think, based on this structure, this making a new low and being a B wave, that this is an overall C wave. And this should be 1 or A. This should be 2 or B. And depending on where it ends at, I would still look for a move down here. So we'll see. It's retraced to the 0.78 fib. It's right in this supply zone. Let's see where it goes from here. But one thing I also point out is they are buying a lot of calls, so that makes it kind of hard to go against that. But again, I just showed you what I see on the chart. We'll see if I'm right or not, but it looks like this is a C wave up. And I would imagine that they're going to sell it pretty hard. They might keep this up the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, maybe a slow retrace down here to like, who knows, like 250, 255. Maybe it ends like this. Maybe it ends like this. And then next week we go down. I don't know if we're going to go down like that, obviously. It's kind of a random prediction. But QQQ is set up pretty well for a gap down. So if QQQ, even if it comes up here to 495, this could end up being 1, 2. And we could be heading down way, way further. I don't want to say for sure because it's really hard to call big corrections in this market right now. But overall, I say this is a pretty good setup. If they wanted to, this is a very good setup for this down to here. If they wanted to take it down here, we could make this an ABC move. That would hit the bottom of the standard deviations. And it makes a lot of sense. But Tesla is on the standard deviation. It could still continue higher, I guess, if it wanted to. But again, I showed you it's probably close to the end right there. So we'll see what happens. It's a tough move to call right now, especially after earnings. If it just goes straight up here to 290, that'd be kind of crazy without a correction. But yeah, they had really good earnings, so it's hard to say. Technicals are saying down, but everything else is pointing to up. So you have resistance here, resistance up here. Let's see what happens going into Friday. Tough stock to figure out. I mean, yeah, like lately it's been pretty hard to figure out. So that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. Let's see if this ends up being a C wave or if it continues higher all the way up here to 290.